While you're spending time with your loved ones this holiday season, there are a lot of homeless people living in downtown Washington, D.C. that's not able to do so. Hi, I'm Fred White, one of the hosts of the Game Show. Join us in our cause to give out blankets and food to our fallen brothers and sisters. You can do that two ways. You can go to our Game Show's website, click on the food and blanket donation tab, or you can go to our GoFundMe page and donate whatever you can. Please, I can't do this by myself, and I need everybody's help. And I'll see you next time on the Game Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We want the Faster Gaming Show. I'm Mike C.
And I'm Fred White. Hey, today's topic is a little bit unusual.
Okay.
We're talking about black widow spiders. And today to talk about it with us is, once again, Harold. Thank you for joining us, Harold.
Hey, you're very welcome, guys. Good to be here.
Me and Mike, we live in the Washington, D.C. area, right? Harold, you stay in Virginia, close to the mountains, correct?
West Virginia, actually.
A buddy of mine, a couple of years ago, he had told me that he had seen a black widow spider at Andrews Air Force Base. And I thought that was rather unusual because I had talked to you earlier today before we did the show, and I said, hold up. Because I seen something on your Facebook page when you had found a black widow spider while you was out doing your job as an exterminator, correct?
Yes.
I thought black widow spiders wasn't indigenous to this area of Maryland, because I thought that, like, we didn't have poisonous spiders, because I don't even think we have poisonous snakes, do we?
We have a couple of them around here.
That was a shocker to me. That was really a shocker to me. But it seems like these black widow spiders are coming from the south and coming closer to the north. So how true is that, Harold?
Well, they do habitat in this region. It's very true and possible. The black widow is probably the most venomous spider that we deal with. I work for a pest control company, and it's one. We don't encounter them too often, but we do encounter them quite regularly. In fact, I've seen 2 in 2 weeks. Now, up this far north, there is a spider you probably won't see unless it comes up with somebody possibly traveling in a bag of somebody who's in the south. The brown recluse, which is a very venomous spider. If it bites you, you might want to get to the emergency room because it can rot your skin and create infections, and it can lay eggs inside your skin. I know it sounds very yummy indeed, but going back to the black widow, but yes, they will. They like dark places. They like to hide. You won't see them unless you're really looking for them. I mean, you might see one in plain view here and there, but both black widows I encountered in the past couple weeks were in bait station boxes that we use outside of establishments and residentials for mice prevention. We keep poison blocks in there. We pop it open, change them out. Well, I went to pop this one open, and I was like, "Oh, spider!" I got a little closer. I was like, "Oh, that's a black widow," and it's the second. And I found the other one in a bait station as well. So they like places that are dark and a little bit of sunlight, and they feed off insects just coming in. They don't see them because black widows themselves are black. It's a form of camouflage.
What's the damage if it bites us?
Well, I can tell you from a personal experience. I've been bit twice in my life by a black widow. Once before I started extermination back in 2004 at Fort Jackson in South Carolina. Then the other one was about 3 months ago, actually, on the job. But now here's the thing about black widow bite. It'll make you feel like you want to die, but if you go and don't get it treated, it can kill you. It depends where it bites you, though. If it bites you around your heart area, you might want to go get that checked immediately because that venom can penetrate in there. Now, if it bites you anywhere else, like your leg or arm, I was bit underneath here, and it immobilized my right arm. In about an hour, I couldn't move it. So, you definitely want to go to a doctor if you're suspected to be bit. If you see a black widow and you're hurting, chances are you got bit, especially if it was on you. It will bite you. They are aggressive when threatened, especially if they got babies around, and their nest look very I wish I had a picture of it to show you, but their nests look almost like a little tiny spiked ball. And if you see those around, chances are you're going to see a parent around a black widow. And it's always going to be a female, too, because there's a reason why they call them widows. The widow spider, there's several different ones, black widow being the most common. When after they mate, they become a widow because they kill the male they mate with, similar to how a praying mantis does. But that's why they're known as a widow spider. But yeah, it can be fatal if not treated, depending where it bites you. Black widow deaths are not as high count. More people probably die from shark bites every year, or shark attacks rather, than black widow bites.
So stay out of dark places.
Yeah, stay out of dark places, sir.
Because there might be a black widow waiting for you.
And I really didn't know that they were so close to home. And I'm definitely afraid of spiders, so now I'll probably be wearing turtlenecks for the rest of my life and long johns.
All right, but quick question, Harold. What does a black widow look like? Does it have like a little white speck on it?
No.
Or is it just an all black type of spider?
Okay, a black widow, and you can post the link from the video on my Facebook if you like. Black widows are easily identifiable by a red hourglass mark on their belly side. Now, sometimes you will see the red mark going to its backside, and if you do see that, that means it's a younger black widow. It is a juvenile, so it's not a full-blown adult. That goes away as it gets older. But they're black. They got little pointy legs, and it's but the most identifiable mark is the red hourglass, and it will look like an hourglass. It's strangely how perfect it's designed on there, and it's used as a form of hypnosis on its prey. They see that and they get fixated, because even when we look at it, we get fixated on it. It's like, oh, well, if we were a bug, boom, we'd been dead. But the black widow usually will not mess with you unless you threaten it. If you see one, keep your distance, look at it, admire it. If you want to kill it, if you don't have a pesticide handy, I would recommend trying to step on it, but make sure you get a clean step. If not, it will jump up your leg. But most of the time, just leave them alone. They'll leave you alone. And that's pretty much how to deal with the black widow.
So you see the hourglass, time is up. All right.
Yep. No pun intended.
Exactly.
Well played.
All right, that's all the time that we have for the show. But we want to thank Harold once again for coming on, man.
Hey, no problem, guys. Ain't always, if I'm around, I'll be on.
All right, so we'll see you next time on WWTF. We want the facts.
The Gamer Show.